I'm back. Welcome to Trenches Trading. I'm your host. It's Saturday, December 6th, 9:22 a.m. Let's look at what's going on for the week. I'm just going to briefly go over what's scheduled. If you want to actually read about it, you can go to forexfactory.com, click on the folder, it'll give you some information. You can click on the source. This thing gets pretty in depth, the details. So Monday, there's no news. Tuesday, we got JOLTS job openings. We got ADP weekly employment change. And Wednesday, we got the employment cost index quarter over quarter. We got the federal funds rate. Maybe we'll get another quarter point cutoff, and this will drop to 3.5%. We got the economic projections, FOMC statement, and FOMC press conference. So Wednesday is a heavy day, probably lots of volatility. Wouldn't be surprised to see the VIX jump back into the 20s. We got the unemployment claims on Thursday, and nothing's going on Friday. All right, let's look at these markets. So, this is a daily chart of the SPY. We just experienced this 23 days of a downtrend, right? Market dropped for 9 days, bounced, and then dropped for another 9 days. Oh, a 9-day drop. Look at that. That's interesting, right? 5-day rally, 9-day drop. That's interesting. I'm going to put that here. 9-day pullbacks, 5-day rally. Interesting information. Anyways, this high was taken out, which is what I wanted to see. This 684.96. Let me put a horizontal line up here. Let me change this color, make it pink, make it fat. There we go. Maybe make it white. There, it's good. Okay, so this was the previous swing high that was made, November 12th. And price came and took it out on Thursday and Friday. Okay, so both days this high was taken out. So the SPY is officially, it was already, right, pumping higher, but we are officially back in the all-time high territory. Things are looking mighty bullish. That's the SPY, looks good. Here's the Qs, same thing. This previous swing high was taken out. That's the one on Friday. Thursday tapped it. Friday, closed above it. So we're good. We landed in the right area and we're good. Okay, same thing for the Dow. Except this previous swing high was not taken out. So the Dow's high is the all-time highs. But previous areas were taken out, like this area down here and this area up here. All right. Dow's been up here once, twice. This is the third time. It'd be interesting to watch the Dow break out finally. And last but not least, the Russell, the IWM. Looks like this 252.21 was taken out, but all-time highs were still not taken out. So price hit about 10 cents away from new highs and then dropped a little bit. But that's okay. We're still up here, right? 1, 2, 3. This thing may break out. It may retrace. Who knows? But what we do know is that things are looking bullish. We got the EMAs stacked positively, and things are looking pretty good here. All right, so I got some names that popped up on my watch list per my scanner. Then I got 2 names here that I just wanted to go over. I wanted to add. So GSAT is one we were looking at last week. I posted GSAT when the price was in this area. And then, of course, this thing went on to, go up 18% in 4 days. So beautiful, beautiful setup. I think the Fibonacci targets were hit. Okay, so the first Fibonacci target was hit. Um, this thing has been running, like really running. Um, let's see. This was August, so in 3, 6, 9, 12 in 4 months, this thing's up 216%. So GSAT has a partnership with Apple, and that's why this thing has been soaring. I would not be surprised to see this thing get to $100. It's got previous all-time highs over here, 260 something. We got this previous swing high here at 67.95 that was taken out. Let me put a line to show that right there. And there's not really much volume here in this drawdown. If I had to put levels, I'd probably put that, and that, and this guy here as like next targets based on the resistance areas here. But this one that was just broken basically gives space for GSAT to run up into the hundreds, I think. So looks good. Looks really good. This thing has been on a tear, and if it's gonna run up to 115 or higher or anything like that, I want to be a part of it. So had this great 195-minute setup just play out. I'm gonna be watching this thing and see when the next setup comes. Now here we have TJ Maxx, TJX. I posted a video on this setup midweek. It's the 2-day chart that I was specifically looking at here. So this thing is squeezing, or it started firing. So we got green dots now. When I posted the setup, the dots were red. And price was, let me zoom down to a 30-minute chart. Price was basically down here near 150. I got in down here in this area. I got 2 entries. I bought the 150 calls, and then I bought the 155 calls. Same expiration date, 116. And I wanna get some more. So ideally, I want to see a similar pullback. Let me see if I can. Here we go. So this seems to be like a average type pullback. So I'll put this on the highs, and if TJ Maxx pulls back towards 152, then I will add to my position and look to ride this towards all-time highs. Currently up about 30%. And I really, really like this setup, considering multiple things. Number one, this company sells goods to people, right? Number two, we're in the holiday season. And number three, XLY is basically due for a bounce. That's the index this thing belongs to. And, bounce is happening, right? Bounce is happening. So this thing's been, I don't know what that is, that wick. It's must be an accident of some sorts. But, yeah, so we had this nice little cup and handle kind of form. And now TJX is right up here. I'm not TJX. XLY is right up here at the kind of last resistance level that it has before really breaking out. So would love to see this 121 taken out, and all the names within the index take off with it. This was a huge day 2% move. What I'd like to point out is that that's not like rare, right? It's 2% there, 2% here, 1.7%, 2%, 1.5%. This was 1.92%. This was 2.7%. So this happens pretty frequent, right? Another 2% day, 2% day, another 2% day. So I really like the fact that this chart moves. TJ Maxx is looking good. Caught it, hopefully at the lows here on this retracement, and would love to see next week these all-time highs get taken out. All right, keys. Keys is one we were looking at this past week. Popped up on the scanner again. This was the setup here, this little 30-minute setup, and this thing has taken off. So I believe price was at 197, and now it's at 210. All right, so if you got in, then you made a killing on keys. If you got in, let me see something here. Let me close some of this. Alright, so that was keys. Let's look at the actual daily chart. You know, this thing just ran up all week. So it's up here at 3 ATR. The weekly is also up here at 3 ATR. And the monthly is finally breaking out in new all-time highs. So there was a high before of 209 that was taken out. And now we're in all-time high territory. I could absolutely see keys shooting up into the deeper into the 200s. If I put a fib retracement from this previous level down to the lows, we got the first fib target at 233. So that would be an interesting place to see the price get up to. What I would want to find is a new setup. So essentially, you know, more consolidation into some red dots. Let me see this 15. Yeah, so a 15-minute chart has one forming or formed, right? So we got our red dots, price consolidating. It's consolidating at all-time highs, so there's no highs above it. It's basically got clear skies, clear clearance to go and go crazy. All right, this next one here is AVGO. You know, we've traded this thing multiple times this year. Back up on the radar here on the weekly. We got some squeezes. Prices here near the 8 EMA. And on the daily chart, it looks like the moving averages are fixing themselves positively. So they beat earnings. The price shot up to 320, and now price is consolidating up here. I really like that. Let's see. So we got 130-minute setup. EMAs are stacked positive now. I like this. I can get behind this. Might also be forming a little double bottom here. Let's see. Right. That's one, and that's two. Also, if I put a fib on here, we see targets up here in the 320s, potential resistance 312, and you know, because this seems to be the point of control and the EMAs are stacked here, I would just use this area kind of as my stop, probably under 300. I'll probably just use 300 as a stop loss. Boom. And basically just risk that much. It's my favorite thing about trading. You just, you know, choose how much you want to risk, and then The sky is the limit. Whatever the markets give, they're gonna give. If we zoom out, let me see the weekly. All-time highs right up here. So just assuming you got in where price is, close at 300, and you attack all-time highs, you're risking one to make about 360. So pretty sweet deal. Just attacking those previous all-time highs. That's A-Desk. Let's see, AVGO. Also popped up on the watch list. So this thing has been on a tear. This past week, made an 18% move, $60 move. That's awesome. And the daily squeeze, it looks like it fired long, right? Another double bottom here. And the middle was taken out. So the double bottom is in play. The double bottom is in play. Let's see, one bottom, two bottom. And then when the W part, the middle part of the double bottom gets taken out, that means it's in play. It's an official double bottom. All right. If I put a fib here, let's see what these targets are. 402, which it hit 403, and then 420, 440. So those are the fib targets. Obviously, we need a setup here. 15-minute chart is the entry on the handle. All right, like a huge cup and handle. Got this nice stacked EMAs, got squeezes, and probably just, if one of these lows gets taken out, then I would use that as a stop. 34 on the daily is at 364, so unless you're willing to let the price drop that low, I would not. I would probably use like 380 or something like that as a stop. And then once the price gets back underneath that level, then, I don't want to, I don't really want to be involved. I would like to be involved over this white line, essentially, for price to go higher. If price falls back in this zone, then I don't want to be involved because it could fall all the way down to, this area. And I don't want to hold the loser as it's going down. To get out after the pain is too great and then have it turn around. So AVGO, a little 15-minute setup, stopping out under 380. That's how I'd play it. Cocoa was also on the list this past week. It's been kind of like in this range, setting up for a move. We got some squeezes here, 45-minute chart, 1 hour chart. So 2 hour chart, kind of like a little double bottom. Right, one there. I would just imagine the next target's going to be 55 or 60. I would play the, let me see, is it 130? Yeah, the 130 squeezing. So I like the 130. I would just look for some sort of symmetrical pullback. Looks like this was the time to get in, around 53. It's turning around now, but there'll be more opportunities. I like Cocoa. It's been moving up steadily for basically the entirety of the past month. Since November 4th. Stock is up 37% in 34 days, so looks really good. Cocoa. CVNA is another one. CVNA was, I think, at around like 380. I think it was around 380 when I made last week's video, and this thing popped up $20. So looking real good. This is new all-time highs. All right, CVNA is at new all-time highs. The previous all-time high Oh, no, no. Excuse me. 1 minute, son. So the previous all-time highs is here at 413.34, and this week's high was 408. So not new all-time highs yet, but prices firing long. Price has been moving higher since the 21st of November. 14 days, price is up 32%. So CVNA is looking real good. It got a 15-minute squeeze. All right. And I would definitely look to get involved and have this thing take out the previous highs at 413. And probably just stopping out underneath these lows, like 385 or was it? Is this the chart? No. Yeah, something like that. As I don't want the price to do this and just kind of fall back into this range. So above this area, I'm happy to be involved. Underneath this area, I'm out. Was okay, 380. AVG and CVNA are so close in price. I was thinking I had said something about it. FSLR. So FSLR looks good on the monthly, good on the weekly, good on the daily. This was on my watch list last week, but it hasn't done anything since. I think price was up here, 260s, and just kind of drifted a little bit lower. With that being said, there's still 2 positive momentum bars here, right? So we got these 2 yellow bars down here, which means that the momentum is shifting, so it's more positive now. Ideally, I would get in right around this area where the price is, and just stop out on a new low, basically. This like 240 area. What's this? 241 is the low. So if 241 gets taken out, I would take my loss, and I would look to set new all-time highs. So let's see where this lands. Go get some tissue. So let's see. That's the all-time highs at 317. April 1st at 306. Here, blow. 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 All right, hold on. Blow. Blow. Good. Blow. Blow. There you go. All right, throw that out. FSLR. Those are the previous swing high, all-time highs. I guess this 281 is technically the previous swing high, the most recent, the local, from where the price is currently. If I use the fib, we got our first targets 292, about 3 ATR. This 306, which would be the previous swing after this local, and then 322, which is new all-time highs. All right, so that's FSLR. Let's look at some contracts. FSLR. So this was the daily chart. Squeezing, right? Yeah. So the daily chart is squeezing. I want to go at least, honestly, these 40 days, 41 days, 116 contracts. I prefer to go in the money. Probably these 260s. They're not in the money, but they're close. And it's a 60-cent spread, which I like, as opposed to this dollar wide or the 70 wide here. So I like these 260s, 116, 260s. 116, 260 calls. And what? Basically $16 or less. Think that gives plenty of time. Stop loss 241. And let me see something. Just checking if any of these pullbacks are symmetrical. That one's pretty interesting. 237.55. Yeah, FSLR. I'd stop under 241, and I'd target these levels up here. All right, Google. So Google looks really good, especially on this 130-minute chart. I mean, this thing has been, since 154, has been on a tear. I mean, wow. This was April. Stock is up 129%. This is Google, guys. This is huge. This is not like a small 129% move. This stock is a $1,000 stock. So don't let that go over your heads. All right, so Google has this beautiful setup, 130-minute squeeze. We got positive momentum. Price is rounded out, so it's looking like it's ready to turn and go up the other way. And previous all-time highs are right there. So we got all-time highs right there, 328. We got a 130-minute squeeze. And we got a nice pattern here to play. So I would stop out underneath where this gap basically began. So that's 309.56. So let's just imagine we got in there, stopping out at 309. And, this is all-time highs at 60 cents. But if I put a fib, I get other targets. What's some targets here? So we got 332, 338, 343. I could absolutely see Google attacking these 330 targets. This thing has been on a tear, and I don't think it's slowing down. I mean, this is like unprecedented. 3 straight candles, 128% gains. I mean, truly amazing. So Google 130-minute chart. What's the contract? That is the big question. 130-minute chart. I don't need 40 days, so that's the good news. I would prefer 20 days, 27 days. Let's see the price difference. So, not too bad. These 320s going for 950, 955, and these are going for 1125. It's about $2 more for another week. I don't know. I'm not really interested in paying $2 for an extra week. So I like these 1226, 320s. So I'm gonna say 1226, 320 calls at what, 965 or better. Ideally, I would love to buy it on a pullback, not underneath my stop, but close enough. So I'd be happy to buy like in this zone, this 317, 311. So we'll say 311 to 317 buy zone. All right. So that'd be my ideal buy zone. This is the contract, and I'm stopping out at 309.50. So stop loss 309.50. That's really all I can do here is control my entry, control my stop loss, and control how much I pay for the contract. I really like this setup in Google. Let's check out MU. MU has been a monster. We got a daily setup, and it's got earnings December 17th. This is really exciting. Really, really exciting. All right, so price is just underneath this local resistance, this 240 resistance. All right, so ideally, what's that? 221, 225. I don't want to see it come down that low. I think it needs to stay above 221. Go lay down. 21 to 225. Buy zone. And I would probably stop at like 220. Just as a round little number. So if price starts closing under 220, then I will exit this position in MU. We got positive momentum and we got earnings. So exciting stuff. So even though this is a daily chart and I would typically look for 30, 40, 50, 60 days of expiration, because they have earnings December 17th, that's what I need. So I just need this December 19th series, which only gives me 13 days time, but that's perfect for the setup because it's an earnings setup. So December 19th is when they report earnings, or December 17th. The contract expires December 19th. And I'm happy going a little bit out of the money. So for this specific setup, I'm happy to get these 250s. It's 250 strike. 30-cent spread, $237 stock. That's nice for me. So 250s. So we say 12, 19, 250 calls at 9.65 or less, right? No, 990. I'm bugging. At 990 or less. Okay. So that's the setup. If I happen to buy in right at the open, my stop loss is about there. Targeting the previous highs is about risking 1 to 1. And of course, let's see the fib targets. Fib targets put at 279. That's 1 to 2. And then of course $3 is $300 is right up there. Risking 1 to make 3. So these are all just things for some perspective, but the most important thing is going to be where you buy, what your stop is, how much you pay for your contract, if you have enough time. Because of the earnings date, this is plenty of time. I love the setup. Chart looks good. And yeah, I hope this helps, guys. Happy trading this week. I will update on my TJ Maxx setup, and if I get an entry on any of these names, I'll put something out there.